Well, hello everyone. I'm back in Rising World, in my survival world. It's been a long time, actually, since I've been playing Rising World again. I tend to get a little bored with it, and I'm back in here, and I'm kind of glad I am. It's like I said, been about a month, I think, since the last time I played. And some stuff has happened since you saw me last. Like, this isn't the same place where I was. I can kind of walk over here and show you where I am. I am not by the lake, where I originally started out. That was my my base camp. I have since moved my tools over here. I got a big smelter, and decided that I'm going to put a home base here. And let's see where my map populates. You can see here the red house is where we are standing at the moment, I believe. No, that is not. That is apparently where I marked home, but this is where I'm standing right here. So I have found a place I kind of like, and what I wound up doing, I have played a couple of times since my last recording. I actually did wander off into the savannah and managed to get myself killed. I found a desert, so I know where it is now, so I can go there when I need sand. You do have to pass through the savannah to get to it, but I did also learn a way to walk around the savannah, most of it, so that we can avoid being killed if we need to go back. This is the original base camp around the big lake, and remember I circled this big lake just to see, and I didn't find anything I liked there as far as a home base. I think it was right about in here where I got killed. A tiger chased me out of the savannah and killed me. So I have been killed once. This looks like a cave system that's half sandstone and half regular stone. That's interesting. This was another cave system that I thought was really interesting. It is in the desert, so it's a little bit dangerous. For some reason, in Rising World, tigers like to hang out in the desert. Which is probably news to the tigers, since they're jungle animals. Yeah, so here we are, and this is marked this as something, I thought. Perhaps not. I did mark this. I marked it with this term deep well, and I will show you this. It is the most bizarre thing I've seen yet in Rising World. Just really a very bizarre formation. I'm going to really quickly, while I'm talking here, set up a timer, because I always lose track of time when I play these games. Don't want to go over about 35 minutes. Okay, so let me show you what my thoughts are about this area where we are standing. Do I have any food with me? It looks like I'm hungry. I have a watermelon. That'll do. Okay, so I just temporarily set up right here. When I went off wandering, I made myself a tent, and I took that with me. And then I did go all the way back to the base camp and pick up some of my supplies and my crafting stations and kind of temporarily set them up right here. And I found this area that I really like. And I thought what I might do to start off is out there is savanna, and it is populated by tigers and other things that want to eat me. So I was thinking I might just take and put a big fence across right here, right across this valley, this little canyon that is coming out of the mountains. And over here, I've prepped for, I've got my garden started. There's another little water source right here. I got my garden started, and I've sort of prepped for a garden shed right here where I will move my bed. I'll just build a little garden shed. I'll move my bed down here, and I'll move my crafting stations down here. And then what I really wanted to do this time is go up and build something sort of clinging to the edge of the mountains and be kind of suspended. I thought about building like a suspension bridge between the peaks and maybe having a, I'm going to take that out of my hand because it bugs me to look at it. Like that. We'll maybe carry the axe around just in case. And I haven't located exactly the spot where I think I might place, whoa, what just happened? Okay, that was unintentional. I need to get up. I'm trying to get up. And I switched to a different mouse with a thumb trackball and a bunch of other buttons and wheels and stuff on it. And I've had it for a long time, but I've never tried to play a game with it. I may have to switch back to my other dumb mouse. This is more of a smart mouse, and I think the dumb mouse is actually better. Yeah, but see, there's this canyon here, and if you look down where my garden is, so like right across here is where I would build my fence. And then this is probably all the garden I'll ever need. And then up in here, I was thinking, well, a big bridge that goes across, and then maybe build a house like right on the top of this little peak, and have it be like cantilevered out. Something totally unrealistic, because why not? But I'm going to play this game totally in survival. I'm not going to use any of the creative tools. I'm gonna play by the rules, and I think that will be interesting, more challenging for me. What I wanted to show you was this most bizarre formation. I don't think I've seen anything like it in Rising World before. Here's one of them. It is just a big hole. And I have seen holes before. That one is actually quite deep. But over here, I don't want to fall off the mountain, although I don't think that that's very easy to do. Now wait till you see this. This is bizarre. Okay. Okay, so we have this big hole. and it's got water in it. But it doesn't have a lot of water in it. And if I fall, I'm gonna like kill myself. But I am gonna go down here. And the reason why is because, the reason why I'm going down here is because I want to show you this. And I have seen this before, but not quite like this. I mean, I have seen water that has something under it. In this case, it's cave system. And I have seen that before, but I've never seen it in a hole like this. I mean, this is quite bizarre. And when you go in, and I am going to have to fly. I'm going to have to cheat to do this, but I want to show it to you because I don't want to drown. Okay, so here's the cave, and if you look up and you notice my oxygen thing is no longer on because I'm not in the water. I'm below the water. So the water is up there, and I am actually standing, or right now I'm flying, in a cave. So the cave is below the water, and the water stops up there. And because I am flying, I'm just going to fly right out. So I'm above the water. Just go ahead and fly out and stand on the lip here, because I do not want to fall and break my leg. That would be bad. Am I standing? I want to make sure I'm over the ground when I turn the flying off. Okay. Phew. I really don't want to fall and break my leg. And there is all kinds of neat stuff up in here. There's some coal over there. There's some copper or iron there. There are bears back in here. Lots of spruce where I can get some wood. But my daughter, who was watching this, had a great suggestion. She said, well, why don't you build like a spiral stair that goes down this hole and then go under the water and build like a little something under the water in the cave. And I thought, well, that would be interesting. I'm not going to do that right away. I think I'm going to go ahead and build my suspended house first. And then when I get that built, I'll think about how I might, take advantage of this very bizarre formation, and maybe put, like, I don't know, whether it would be like living quarters or what it would be, but the entrance would be hidden. There'd be spiral stairs down to the water, but the entrance would be hidden somehow. Maybe you would have to actually dive through the water to get to it, which, if you think about it, is kind of interesting. I'm also wondering if I took a torch down there, would it shine through the water? Do I have a torch on me? I do. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, now I'm really curious. I'm going to put a torch mount and a torch. And I'm gonna see if I can walk down there again without hurting myself. Now, if I break a leg, I'm going to be really upset. I mean, this is a sheer vertical wall. Do you think I should fly, or should I? Well, I'm supposed to be in survival, right? So let's try it. I do have a splint on me. But I don't want to break my leg. I don't know how deep the hole is. So I don't want to break my leg if I come across and it's actually like just a deep hole. So I don't know. Let's go on down through the water. And my torch went out. Okay, now the torch is on. Okay, oh, yeah. I would have broken everything. I would have killed myself because there's no floor here. Wow. Okay. How deep is it, I wonder? Oh, it's deep. It's deep. And it looks like it's not climbable. I don't like being able to see through the walls. That just doesn't seem right. Yeah, so, yeah, that will be a challenge for sure. I will need to maybe put like a ladder that sticks up through the water to climb down to, and then build a platform somehow down here so that I don't actually kill myself. But for now, I think what would be really interesting is to put a the torch in here. Let's put one here. And let's fly on up through the water. Oops. Well, we can see. Maybe we won't be able to see during the day, but oh no, we can't see it. I'm going to cut these down, I think. It's a little difficult to tell what you're cutting because you can't see. I guess it's where the X is, but it doesn't seem to be actually working very well. Anyway. Why isn't it cutting? It's not cutting. Well, anyway. So we can see our torch. There's some aluminum right there in the wall. And I don't think I would want to mar the surface of the walls just to get that. It's just too bizarre. Okay. Am I still flying? I am. Curious if this over here is that like little lips, or is it just an optical illusion? It doesn't look like it's enough to stand on, does it? Anyway, I thought that was just really interesting. So there you go. The things you find in Rising World. All right, so what I wanted to do, I do think this right here, this little peak that I'm standing on right here would be a good spot to start, you know, like a cantilevered house that just kind of sits here on top of the world. Not way up there because that's not realistic, but you know. Am I standing on anything? I'm probably not going to kill myself if I walk here. What I do need to do is to go, and I want to make myself a, I'll just cut that while I'm here. Oops, I think. I want to make myself a hammer. Look, I'm down here in my place where I can do that. I want to make myself a hammer because I do not like the look of that little peaky thing right there. Right there that my hook is pointing to. I want to hammer that down a little bit so that it's more rounded. I don't mind that it's there, but it just looks kind of silly. I really hope that they will eventually address the shapes of the mountains because they just are weird, not realistic. And I already have enough iron. I smelted a bunch of iron, so I can make myself a big old hammer. I'm sure it takes a stick. I got a stick. So tools, I need a sledgehammer. Okay, now I have a sledgehammer. I do have, oh, you know, the other thing I need is a block bench. I want to make blocks for the base of the shed, and I have some stone. I may not have enough logs at this point. Oh, I need the block bench, or I may not have enough lumber. Probably don't have enough lumber. That one, I guess. I need 48 lumber. So what do I have? I have 3 logs. I have 2 lumber. We may be going to cut down trees after. Do not need that. We may have to go and cut down. Oh, and the other thing I found. See, I've got some arrows. I found a crossbow and arrows when I was out. I found it in a chest in fact, I found these 2 chests in Cabin on the way, which that was a pretty cool find. Okay, so I got 4 of those, and I got 18 of whatever that is, and I've got 4 cactus logs. I've got some stone, got some ore here. I need to probably just smelt up. I don't need to be carrying it around, that's for certain. Oh, it's nighttime. I feel pretty safe right here. Got iron. Smelt up the iron. Don't need to be carrying these. So if I have to go out and do some mining, I don't have room to carry everything with me. Not mining, but some logging. Come on. Hello. That's weird. Move things. Move this. Okay. Don't need this right now. Don't need this right now. I don't. No, maybe I do. Don't need this. That's my hoe. So I think I built most of the tools that I'll need. I need some water again. And something to eat. I like bacon. Okay, health is good. I don't know if that's enough. Crafting stations. Nope, not there. 48 lumber. So how much? I should just max it out. So I have 19. That's not going to be enough, is it? I need 42 more. All right, well, that means that I need to go cut down some trees. But first, let's have a little sleep. I'm going to build myself a real bed. I'm tired of sleeping in a tent. All right. Let's go see if we can pound down that little mountain peak. I want to try the pounding first because I know that we need. I do need the stone, I think, but let's see what happens if we pound. What happens if you pound dirt? Anything? Nothing. Okay, well, I did rake it to make it. That's not the effect I was going for. Ah, that's a little better. Just want it to look more natural. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Not quite as objectionable, in my opinion. My garden is growing quite nicely. I don't think I have anything ready to pick yet. I just planted it, like yesterday. It grows pretty fast. Okay, that looks a little better. But I think what I'm going to do is, where is my pick? You know what they don't have in here yet is a shovel. And the other question I had was, like, I've got some gravel that I dug out of a pond, but how do you spread gravel or sand? How do you spread it? We don't have any way to do that, as far as I know. So I think I want my pick. And it's not in there. Oh, you saw I have 2 tiger skins. I had to kill tigers while I was out there because they were going to kill me. And I wasn't going to have that. Well, do I need to carry a stick? No, not really. Okay. I think I'm gonna, well, no, I thought about building stairs down here, but this is temporary. All right. Pick. There's my pick. Oh, and notice I still have not gotten myself any decent clothes. No sound when you hit dirt, I guess. There is a sound, it's just really quiet. My fan started up just as soon as I started the game today, which is not the usual. It does run when I play Rising World, but it doesn't usually start right off the bat. I don't need dirt, but I do want to chisel this out a bit because I want to put the garden shed right up against it. That means I'm going to have to smooth this out a little bit more. Is that stone? Can I use some stone? Yeah, I think I'll leave that. Okay, right here, I need that gone. I have to do a little cleanup after I build my shed. Okay, that's a little better. Just needed a little more room. I don't know exactly how big I'm going to make this, but I know that a bed is like 2x4 blocks in area, and chest is like 2x1 blocks, and I'm going to have a few chests, and then I'll just put all my crafting stations outside. Probably move those around a lot, depending on where I'm building. Okay, this looks pretty good as a spot to put my shed. It's not going to be fancy. It's going to go on a block base, but it's just going to be made out of lumber. So it's just going to be like plain boards. I'm not going to use blocks for the sides because I don't want it to look big and substantial. I just want it to look like a shed. Like the kind of garden shed you might have in your garden. I find that the way they've done the graphics is really not intuitive because the rake is way far away from the little X where the effect is going to happen. So I'm looking at the rake, and the X is where it's aimed at. And I don't know if you have found that to be kind of weird yourself, leave me a comment because I'd be curious to know if other people find that a little bit disconcerting. Oops. I want you to go up. Guess that's not going to happen. I don't know. Okay, so I think that's fairly level. Looks fairly level. And I guess it's going to just be this way because that looks like the grid for the blocks. It's gonna run this way, so that's okay. I can always put grass back here if I decide it looks bad. Okay, so we have a block bench. I thought we made a block. No, we didn't make a block bench. We needed some more lumber. So that's the next thing I've got to do is make lumber. And I am down to my last 43 seconds. So I need to go and cut some trees. I can go out there and cut trees, or I can go back there and cut trees. I went out there and cut trees once before. The problem is that it's so the grass was so thick and it was steep, and I lost the logs and the saplings. And I do want to actually make a pine growing area because pine is the very best, gives you the most logs. So I do want to have a place where I can easily harvest lots of pine. Okay, well that's a good spot for me to stop recording because it's going to get too long if I don't. Let's just go down here. I didn't mean to walk up the mountain. I did anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit longer. I'm going to stop recording right here. And I think what I'm going to do is make it daytime and get some more wood, and I'll probably place my block bench somewhere and make some blocks for my base of my little shed. And when you next see it, we'll be building the little shed. So there we go. See ya. Thanks for watching. I'm starving to death again, honestly.